are the Self Wear My Clothes podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kayla. One podcast, two sisters. This episode is episode number 71, and we will be doing a Bachelor in Paradise recap, a Golden Bachelor recap, as well as we'll be talking about some of the music, TV, and movies that we're watching recently that are not Bachelor related. So let's get into the episode. Woo! Well, we do watch more than The Bachelor, even though it doesn't seem like it. And we're going to talk about kind of our last things that we've been watching, what we recommend, and let's get into it. So other than The Bachelor, Amy, what was the last TV show you watched?
Love is Blind is what I've been watching right now, actually. And what a season. Season 5. I know.
Yeah,
I know, I guess
it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that as a recommendation. Maybe it's the opposite of a recommendation. Don't waste your time.
I'd still watch it. I would. I'm addicted. I haven't watched the new set that just came out Friday, but everything until then. And I do think I want to touch on, once it's all finished, we'll do like a little mini recap of the season or just thoughts of the season for our intro, I think, one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been watching that as well. My last TV show I watched was Vampire Diaries because I've watched it from start to beginning, but my husband has only watched it through season 4, and he's kind of into those type of things as well. So we are now mid-season 6, and we're going to try to finish the series by Halloween so that we can talk about the ending because I have some thoughts.
So I've only watched, I think, up to the second season, so I need to give it another shot, too.
You have to. It's so good. It's like The Summer I Turned Pretty, but make it vampire.
Okay, there you go. Now I'm hooked. Because Summer I Turned Pretty, I could watch 120 million times. So
Same.
anybody who has not, I'm looking right into the camera for this one. Anyone who has not watched that, go. Amazon Prime.
All right, last movie.
Love at First Sight.
Oh,
it's
okay,
the
on
new
Netflix.
Oh my goodness. It is good. I was like, I go into those movies kind of like, okay, like it'll be cheap. I cried. I don't cry very easily on movies anymore, and you probably would cry a lot then.
Yeah,
I could tear up now.
I just don't like doing sad things. I'm not that.
No, it probably
I'm sad
would
about
be
things too much already.
Just watch it. Actually, I don't care. It's worth the mental breakdown. You gotta watch it. It's good. It's very sweet. Too.
I watched the trailer, so I totally know what movie you're talking about. Another one I saw from TikTok, also a Netflix movie, is the first interactive romantic comedy. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have. I haven't watched it, but that's on my list next.
Yeah, so there's like 3 love interests, and you like get to choose who she picks at certain times and crap like that. And I thought, Amy, it would be so much fun to do it together. I'm coming around Halloween, and I feel like we should watch together.
All right, let's do it.
Pumped. All right, cool. Some movies I've watched recently, which one would be Lady Chatterley's Lover. On Netflix.
That's a good one.
It's not a new one, but I love it. It's the second time I watched it. It's a little spicy, so just warning if you like that. But
you want to know what I just watched? Princess Diaries.
Ooh, that's good.
Such a good one.
Yeah, that's really good. I guess I have some on my list that I haven't watched the Red, White, and Royal Blue on Prime, which I'm told that I absolutely have to, but I actually just put the book on my Amazon list. So I kind of want to read it before, because I heard the book is like next level, and then to do that. And then same with the Ballad of Song, the Hunger Games prequel.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That comes out in November, I think. And I think I want to read the book first.
You got a lot of books to read, girlfriend.
I know. Speaking of, the last book you read.
Completed book would be the Summer I Turned Pretty series. Read it. Watch it, read it.
I'm borrowing it from her at the end of the month, and I'm right behind you.
And I'm actually a really weird person, and I literally will not read a book after I've watched it. So if I've watched a movie or a TV show based upon a book, I will not read the book. But for this one, I knew I was going to have to wait 3 years for the 3rd season, and so I was like, okay, I've got to read the books. Even if it doesn't end the same way, I need some sort of closure in my brain so I know how it ends instead of wondering for 3 whole years what's going to happen.
Actually.
And I was shocked that I easily read, well, it helps that they're short, but I easily read all 3 and enjoyed them just as much as it was almost better because I literally could picture every single character, and I was like, it was like a movie in my own head. It was wonderful.
So excited.
I loved it.
So excited.
And then right now I'm reading The Glass of The
Glass of Thrones series.
The Throne of Glass.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The Throne of Glass series. I am doing my first tandem read.
Woo!
So it's 2 books at the same time. It's like following the same timeline, but it's like so many characters at once, and I'm actually really enjoying it.
Are you? I was gonna ask. I just finished the duet read or tandem read, whatever you want to call it, and I loved every second of it. And that was right before the finale book, which I don't know, they call the ending book, Kingdom of Ash, in that same Throne of Glass series. And so I just finished that. So I have finished that series. I'm really excited. I loved it from beginning to end. But right now, I just started this morning. I wanted kind of like a spooky, fun, like Halloween. This is Halloween. So I did the X-Hex. And so far, I really like it. It's about like witches and a love story in it, and like a curse, and
that's kind of fun.
Cats. They listen to Taylor Swift. I'm really excited about all the pop culture references so far. Stevie Nicks they mention. I guess since I'm so in Glass of Thrones where Taylor Swift and Stevie Nicks don't exist, I was just excited for a world that I could read that those people exist.
Yes. You'll have to tell me how it is, and maybe next Halloween I'll have to read it.
Yeah, it's a trilogy, but only 2 of them are out. So I think I'm going to read the 2 this month, and I'm excited about that. Last Taylor Swift album you listened to?
Red, 100%. I feel like you enter into fall, Red.
Yeah.
Red.
See, for me, I did Evermore, and that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling of October. I feel like October is Evermore in my head.
Okay. Well, I see that. Folklore and Evermore, because they're kind of more like
woodsy.
Yeah, there you go. Woodsy. That's the word.
Folky.
Yeah.
And then what about just the last album in general, not Taylor Swift? I know you listened to Lorde a lot.
Oh yeah, Melodrama. Lorde, Melodrama. That probably is the last one I've listened to, honestly. Yeah.
Mine is Snow Angel by Renee Rapp, and it's the most amazing album on the entire planet. And Amy, please, please, please listen to it.
That's a really strong statement you just made there. Would you like to redact it?
Oh, good. It's like one of my tops of all time.
One of the best, maybe.
One of the best. And then right before that, Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. I love her new album as well.
I don't think I've listened to it.
So that's a little snapshot of what we've been doing lately. Other than The Bachelor, we do have some type of lives. And let's get into the recap. So I saw that Golden Bachelor had a crazy amount of viewership, way more than a Bachelor show has in like years. But the interesting thing is also it drops off at BIP. BIP is still kind of like in the dumps when it comes to viewerships, but people are praising the Golden Bachelor. And me personally, I think it deserves every bit of it.
Oh, no, for sure. And I think a lot of like old viewers are coming back just for the Golden Bachelor. Because on Instagram, I've seen a lot of people in their stories like, I haven't watched in however many years, but I'll be watching this. So, I mean, it's definitely bringing back some OG fans, I think, for sure.
And it just gives you such the feels. I saw a meme of like, Gary is connecting with these women within like the 2 weeks that they've had so far, more than bachelors our age connect with them the entire season.
100%.
You know what I mean? And he just like is so like intuitive, and he just like doesn't go around things, just goes straight to the problem. One example of that, I forgot her name, but at the group date when she had to wear a wedding dress, Nancy, is it?
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, so it was one of those like photo shoot group dates, and she had to wear a wedding dress, and she had not worn a wedding dress since she's widowed, so her husband who passed away, and it was very emotional for her. And he just like went straight to her. He's like, I noticed something is wrong. Talk to me. And then as she was being emotional, he brought it right back and told like a very specific story. It was just like so understanding and like, this is how I feel too. And also the way he connected with Teresa, because she's also a widow. And my question to you is, we'll go more into Teresa because I want to, but like, do you think that having the other widows kind of have like a leg up with him because it's something so deep that they can connect on? And I also think like, I just am picturing in my head, if I was a widow, like having someone else who didn't understand that and couldn't like, there's a certain level of like respect and appreciation because they also had that in their past. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like a weird jealousy thing of the wife who passed away. Like, I feel like he needs someone who like fully gets it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I think I agree with that. I think they definitely have a leg up because there is an element that you just can't have in the other relationships, but I don't think that counts the other girls out.
Sure.
Also, I mean, just because that is something they relate on does not mean that they're going to stay together. And I just thought of Danielle and Michael. Why have we not talked about Danielle and Michael? They broke up, and that's so sad. And they both had that, and that couldn't hold them together either.
Oh, yeah. I forget that they have the widow thing coming. Danielle and Michael from Bachelor in Paradise. And apparently the day after she froze her eggs, he broke up with her.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a really rough situation.
Yeah, I watched his like Ask Me Anything when it was still live, because then it got deleted. And yeah.
Yeah, he's having a hard time, she's having a hard time, but it's very like
messy.
Michael broke up with Danielle, and Danielle was mad that Michael announced their breakup on Jason's podcast, and then Caitlyn stopped following Jason. Caitlyn Bristow.
What?
It's like caused this whole thing. I don't know if they're connected. I thought they might be. And then also, like, before she did that, also there was like kind of, she was upset about how he was like playing into the sad thing and like making it seem like he can't see the dogs when he can. So like they're not in a good place either. It's just, it's sad. It's the year of celebrity breakups, and reality stars aren't immune to it.
I guess so. Who else?
Oh, so
why Joe, is it the year? Oh, yeah.
Joe and Sophia. Oh, wait, I was getting Joe Magliano and Sofia Vergara, but also Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. And then we have Kevin Costner and his wife. We have Hugh Jackman and his wife. We have...
and these are like long-standing relationships, too.
There's like a crazy amount this year.
Oh, geez. Well, let's hope for success in the Bachelor world, though.
Yes. Yeah, so back to Golden Bachelor. What did you think of his first date with Teresa?
Okay. Number one. Don't put an old man in an old car that doesn't have headlights in the middle of the night on a highway in California when he's never driven it.
I felt stressful for him.
No, like, that's like dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Sweet.
Yes, so sweet.
Because you already have the awkwardness of the first date vibes, and like even that, like me and Marcus in that situation, it would just be like not a fun situation. So to get like that's the start of your day, I was a little worried at first, but I really think it turned into magic. I want that date in my life. Like, what in the heck? They're sitting in a diner, they're sitting in a diner and they're talking about how both of them have had spouses that died, and they're kind of just like really bonding over that moment. And then all of a sudden, Gary in full gusto, don't stop believing. Yeah, don't stop believing. And then the producers are like, make this a moment. Like, okay.
And it worked perfectly with their conversation, though.
It was so good.
And then next thing you know, there's a flash mob with Don't Stop Believing. And it was magical. It was hilarious. Not even hilarious. It was just great. Good. It was
I just love how they just like say their feelings when they feel it, and like because they have no time to waste, and it's just like, I really, really like you. Like, I really like you, and it's just like
it's almost like a cheesy romantic comedy. Like,
it's so cute, but it's so pure, and just like they want the same things for the end of their. Oh, I keep talking about them like they're on their deathbed.
No, but they really are closer there than they are to the other side.
Yeah, and I think it's just like so cool. I just love them so much. I saw a meme of them sharing a milkshake, which good move, Teresa. And it's like, I'm gonna tell my kids that this was Riverdale because of like the milk shop, that big milkshake shop they used to go to all the time. But it was just.
And then when he goes to give her his rose, it's almost like he proposed because she's like, yes, and like jumps.
It's just pure. It's just like they're there for the right reasons because.
What? Why else?
Yes, exactly. They don't need this. They all have established life. They all have kids and grandchildren, and they're just missing this part of their life. So I am just like so in it for them, and I could see her being top 2. I'm not ready to call it yet, but I think she could be pretty up there.
Someone else who jumped up, which I think she was already higher for you, but I totally discredited her, and I want to apologize, Leslie. the first episode, I was just like, oh, she's too fun and just young and whatever. What was I talking about? That was dumb. Because
I agree.
I know, seriously. She just really stood out to me in this episode, and I could see her top 3 for sure. For me.
Yes, they
That's how
showed the
I feel.
cutest little moment. I think it was the cocktail party, and saying how she's like gooey on the inside, and then
Like a lava
she
cake.
like a lava cake. Yes, and I think just as like much as the widows are starting to like, oh, we have this in common. Also, all the people with the hearing aids, they also have that. They're like, oh, look, we've got something in common. I feel like they have a leg up too. So Leslie got that, and then he's like, so you can do sweet nothings in my ear, and then he does a sweet nothing that we can't hear, and they aren't going to tell us. Yes. So I want your best guess. What did Gary whisper into Leslie's ear?
Well, that's putting me on the spot. What in the heck? I don't even know what a sweet nothing is.
It kind of seems like something to make her blush.
Are you wearing any underpants?
There we go. Or I don't know, they're old, depends. No, I'm sorry, that's not ageist. I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, I guess I would, if I had to guess, it'd be like, he already called her sexy, and he's like, I find you very sexual or sexy. I could see him saying like that. I love how he it was just darling. Like, I don't remember even what he said it about, but just the way he talks about these women, he just like respected his wife, and he respects women so much. And I just loved it so much.
I really think it actually is hard to know who is a front runner. I mean, you can kind of tell, but it also is kind of hard.
He's connecting with a lot of people, I feel like, in a genuine way. And I love at the rose ceremony how he said, like, you guys are all such good friends to me. You know, like, it's like they're already, I could even see, like, them all hanging out, like, even after the fact. 'Cause I don't think anyone will be jealous. I think it'll just be like, look at this cool experience we did together.
Yeah, totally.
And so we didn't get any, like, major people sent home that I can think of, but we did get Gary crying again, and it's just the sweetest thing.
He called Kathy, which she was the last one to get called, and he's already crying. And she's just kind of like, it's okay, buddy.
The sneak peek preview really got me because it's looking like stuff with Faith goes downhill fast. Faith got the first impression rose, and I think she's having a really hard time. Like, sometimes I feel like there's a lot of pressure that comes with the first impression rose. I almost feel like it could be a curse sometimes because then he's like, okay, I know I had that connection. I'm good. Let me explore these other connections. And she didn't get a date this week. And so then she starts getting in her head, and it just kind of spirals from there.
Yeah, I know. I almost am now curious if she is going to make it far.
Same.
Like, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had to choose right now, I think Teresa and Ellen are top 2.
Like, oh, Ellen.
Ellen's cute.
I feel like this early on for him to get her a gift like that.
Yeah, and also it's interesting because he has pictures like that with everybody, but he chose to frame just one.
And also it's a wedding one, which to me is a little not awkward.
I mean, it was a beautiful picture of that.
It was.
But yeah, for sure.
I don't know. If I saw that and I was one of the other girls, I would cry myself to sleep for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So I thought it was a really good episode. Anything else that you want to talk about? Because they are only hour long, but I mean, it's honestly, it just makes my heart so happy that hour.
Yeah, no, I think it was great. I love the little photo shoot. They were hilarious. And him in that wig, are you kidding me?
Oh,
that was not good, but that's okay.
Oh, I can't. I actually saw something that like him and Fabio are actually like around the same age. That's just
funny.
I know, right? But so let's get into Bachelor in Paradise. So let's start with Aiden going down the stairs and choosing between Olivia and Kylie and going on a date with Kylie. Give me your thoughts on all this.
Okay, I wish you would have chosen Olivia because I just think Kylie needs to be put in her place just a little bit.
I agree.
But before I get on that, I actually want to say I feel like they should have made a thing about Rachel in that. We did not see her reaction. We did not see them have a conversation at all. And still, even after, like, never have we even seen Rachel say one word about Aiden. That's weird. Know.
I was going to bring that up too, so thank you for doing that because I was so hyper-focused when Aiden walked down on Rachel. And so I did see them in the background hugging. and saying
Okay.
like, "Oh, good to see you," hugging.
Uh-huh.
So it's possible they had a conversation, but we just didn't get to see it. They
Well,
didn't
yeah,
deem it
because
worthy
I thought it
enough.
was kind of weird that he only talked to Kylie and Olivia. Like, really? That's probably not the
That's all
only
they
people he.
showed us.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably not the only people he actually talked to. You know, I thought I liked Avon a lot. He's a little bit of a dud to me.
Same. I think it's because he walked in also like wrapped up in this drama that we already have kind of preconceived notions of like, I don't like the way Kylie's treating Will and which
Mhm.
Kylie's already out. And just also just the way that they were talking, they might not have physically met before.
Mhm.
I think it was more than a fire emoji DM, in my opinion. I think they've
Okay.
talked.
Okay.
And I just don't like that. I mean, if you're not as much as like the lying part or the kind of like trying to make it like trying to trick us as an audience. I feel like
Mhm.
they're trying to dupe me. And I'm like, I'm not that stupid.
Okay.
Like I'm a smart girl.
Yeah, I would like to know the truth then. That's interesting. I don't think I let myself go that far to think that, but it's probably true.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of sad because Will was like moping around, and I think everyone but him knew that Kylie and Avon were already a done deal.
Yeah, why did he not realize that? I
I
feel
don't
like it was very
know.
obvious.
Yeah, I think Kylie used him. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, and
She thought,
actually, even the conversation she had when she was saying bye to Will was very confusing. Like, this could just be a hiccup in our story. She knew.
she
She should
knew.
have just broken up with him then. That wasn't nice. She's like keeping him on the leash.
She's trying to make herself look sorry. I feel like I'm being such a hater for Kylie. Sorry, Kylie. Nothing personal. It's just, we have to talk about the show. But I just felt like she was trying to soften the blow for almost the blowback of her knowing that this is going to happen, but her pretending like she doesn't know. Like she was
Yeah.
actually Will when she never was.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
think.
think I agree. Yeah, and maybe offense to Kylie. I just don't really like you.
She's on my I know
I'm sorry. I
did a
don't know
ranking.
you, but
I did a ranking couples on TikTok, and Avon and Kylie were my least favorite of what ended after this
yeah.
episode.
You know, I agree. I'm not a big fan. And
Which
whatever,
is
a lot of the time the people I'm not big fans are the ones that end up together and stay happy. So,
that's what I'm thinking. They're the most like solidified couple, and they're like my least favorite. So it's just
but
like,
also watching them talk and stuff, I wasn't excited. They're boring. Like
yeah, I don't know.
and
I don't know.
and also it's like she was like really nervous and then like they kept talking about the hype. Everybody's hyping it up and
Yeah,
it's just like,
I was
oh,
like,
that
okay,
would
what
almost to me make it
happened?
not work out.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pressure for sure, and it just already solidified that like if their friends are already talking about it, there's something more going on. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just was weird.
Yeah.
What happens next? Do we go to Hannah Brown?
Yeah. There really wasn't that much that happened in this episode, I wouldn't
No.
say. Yeah. So yeah.
I absolutely people are mixed. It's controversial of her pretending that she was going to date, but I thought it was such a baller move. I thought she was so funny, and I love like her like interviews of her just being like, when I come back here, I just get like she's like all for the tea. She's one
Yeah.
of us. She's going in undercover, and
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. And I also think it's an interesting conversation of the different levels of Bachelor Nation. And
Oh
how it
yeah.
was like Jess said that she was like Hannah Brown was the Taylor Swift of Bachelor Nation. It kind of reminded me of like that TikTok sound. It's like a trend of like them thinking like evil thoughts or something, and it's like and it's like the person's kind of like scheming.
Uh-huh.
That was that background music in my head when Hannah was coming down on the beach trying to blow shit up.
I kind of wish though that it would have been in a couple more weeks. Because I feel like right now there's not much to blow up because really
Sure.
everybody's at the understanding of like we've known each other for 24 hours. So as much as we
Sure.
like each other, we only can like each other that much. I feel like if she would have come in like a couple weeks, then it would have really like actually had
what?
more of an impact.
You're right. But then we also see, like, we were always wondering, we see all these bachelorettes coming back. This is the first hint of what Hannah Brown did, is probably what Katie Thurston is going to do. It's probably what Charity is going to do. So I think they have a few bachelorettes in their arsenal that they're going to slowly start putting in to blow shit up.
Yeah, this is a new thing. I guess they just gotta find ways to add more drama, or maybe like to get fans of these bachelorettes to come in.
Yeah, and when they go in the bonfire, it feels like this is the tribal council, but like bachelor version. And I
Yeah.
I loved it. I love that she asked the tough questions. And
What did you think about how Olivia was talking about Kylie at the bonfire? Do you think it like she went too far? Do you think it was fine? What do you think?
she's on a reality show. That's also controversial. It's pretty 50-50 with Olivia. Either people hate her or love her. I'm on the love her side. I'm fully gone over. I think she's hilarious. I think she speaks her mind. What have we been talking about Kylie? We aren't her big fans either. So
Mhm.
we are on Olivia's side.
Yeah, and really, not to me, nothing that Olivia said wasn't true. That's the thing. She's not like she's just speaking the truth, and nobody wants.
Yeah,
Kylie
she
doesn't want to
called
admit
the
to
Aiden
herself.
thing.
Yeah, Kylie just doesn't want to admit it to herself that that's what happened and what she did, and whatever for love. If she's gonna end up with Avon, then that's the decision she needed to make, anyways. But
They are
it's
not
just
getting married.
no. But I'm just saying.
Just,
Um, but the way she treated Will sucks. Either way, Will didn't deserve that.
I agree.
I think the biggest like kind of bombshells, even though there wasn't, Blake getting asked like, would you be open to seeing other people? So Jess now is kind of like, oh, bummer on that. But at the same time, that didn't surprise me, and it
To me, it
shouldn't have surprised her.
Yeah, to me, it solidified my thoughts about them that I already had. I love them both individually. I just do not see them as a couple. My big bombshell was Jess sharing her glitter with all the girls.
No, I know. I was looking at each one of their chests. I'm like,
I
okay,
loved
let's see
it.
who's Jess friends with, and she's
I
friends with
know.
everyone.
Yep. I love Jess. And actually, Rachel and Jess were together watching Bachelor in Paradise and did like a Ask Me Anything
Oh,
throughout the
that's
whole
fun.
episode. It was really fun to watch.
Did you watch Genevieve and Rachel's video of like ask like, are you smarter than a fourth grader? And they were
I
asked.
haven't.
Oh, it's actually really funny.
Okay, I'll have to go back
It's
and
on
watch.
TikTok.
Oh, speaking of kind of social media stuff that goes with Bachelor in Paradise, we did have some major social media drama this week when it came to Bachelor in Paradise, specifically to Kat and Brayden. So we definitely seen the sneak peek. There are some rocky roads ahead, but we already kind of got a glimpse of that because Kat. Let me read the tweet. No, not tweet, because I guess is it still called a tweet if it's X? But this is Threads anyway.
Hmm.
So after the premiere, Kat says, "You would think for someone who's obsessed with my every move would have taken some pointers on how to have some class." So I'm assuming that's about Brooklyn talking a major crap about her episode one.
Mhm.
So we're like, okay, like kind of some spice, but that's kind of rude. Brayden shares her tweet or her thread and says, "Your PR person told me to let you know you should take this down. It doesn't match the look you're going for." And then Aaron S. shares it, who's a Brayden's bestie, the one with Sam right now. And on a second slide, did a clown emoji and says, "If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck," and pretty much calling her a clown. So they don't like each other, and like enough to like throw it on social media. So that kind of surprised me that they were even like allowed to do stuff like that, as well as remember on After the Final Rose of Charity. Yes, Brayden was sitting with Rachel, but Kat, Rachel, and him like made a bunch of TikToks and stuff together. So I wonder if something has escalated almost since then. So what does that make me think? Maybe they did end up and something happened after, or not. I don't know. What do you take from that?
Originally, it would make me think that he felt like Kat was using him during these first couple episodes to stay waiting for the other guys that she's waiting for, and so he's butthurt about it still.
Yeah, but I mean, I also see like in the sneak preview, let's just talk about Kat and Brayden from what we have known they're very touchy-feely, very physical. But I feel like at the bonfire, and it almost seems like I'm kind of going around or growing to like Kat more and more, surprisingly, because I think she's pretty straightforward. At the bonfire, she's like, "Oh, there's some other people that I was looking forward to meet. That everyone's still very new in their thing," and I think Brayden's calling. He's like, "I feel like a cheap whore." That's what Brayden says in the sneak peek. And it's just like, Kat did everything right. This is a tough situation. Yes, she was coupled up with him, but that doesn't mean that she's not going to still explore different connections? They've been there, but they've been there one rose ceremony.
Well, and it was like he wasn't listening, because also then afterwards, you'd think that they would be having a conversation, and I think that that's even what Rachel and Sean thought, because she's like, I wouldn't want to be over there or whatever like that. Just wanted to be like,
than what we thought of their relationship last week, because we thought Kat was feeling it more and Brayden was just kind of using her for a rose, and then it kind of swapped a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially as we see the kind of in real time drama play out on social media. But another thing we could talk about before we get too much of the sneak peek, because there's lots to talk about. Well, I guess Sean and Rachel after the bonfire, their interaction with like Rachel being super cool
kind of made me feel like it's just a friend thing.
Then we do see in the sneak preview Sean being upset when Tyler Norris comes on the beach, and Rachel seems real excited to see him.
I love it. Who else is going to be excited? Kat, because she already said that. So, it's gonna, now the drama's gonna start.
Tyler Norris and Tanner both come next week. Both of Kat's on Kat's list. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay, I want to know about this though. Will and Mercedes.
I love every second of it.
Okay, do we think Mercedes is genuine?
I do.
Okay, I really thought so, but then during that exchange, I was a little bit like, oh no. I really hope she's not just trying to get a rose right now.
No, I saw it as, because she said, she's like, I liked Will from the beginning, but obviously Kylie's like one of her besties, and she's like, took a step back.
Yeah.
She didn't really get a chance to try to explore things with him. And Mercedes was on Will's list, and I believe, and he was like, it should have been Mercedes from the beginning. And then it made me even I loved how he was emotional, and they like had their little moment. I loved every second of it. I'm invested.
Okay.
But it even rubbed me the wrong way even more when Kylie was in her interview, when she looked over and saw them kissing, and she was like so excited. It just shows how little she gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
because if you liked him even a little bit, but you were like moving on with someone else, you still would be like probably a little jealous or something. You'd feel something. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that you feel like that was really genuine, because I wanted it to be, but a little part inside of me was like, wait.
I could be wrong, but I like Mercedes.
If Mercedes stays true, Will stay true. That's what I think.
I agree. Rachel's my favorite girl on the beach right now, but Will, I knew nothing about him before Paradise. I am such a fan. I love him. He's my favorite on the beach right now. I'm just like, there's something about him that I'm just in love with. I love him. Try to think. The one big thing also that happened with Mercedes is she kissed Aaron B.
Oh, yeah.
But then Aaron B. ditched her real quick, and the next day spent the entire day with Eliza. What do you think about Aaron B and Eliza? Because they're my second of like real potential of like second place.
I like them. I think that if they both commit, like, I think Eliza won't mess around because she does not want. She cannot handle anything. Holy moly, she cannot handle anything.
She did have a rough Bachelor in Paradise season last season.
No,
so I get it.
Yeah, I get it for sure, but like I don't think she's gonna try anything.
I agree. Aaron B's a good guy from what we saw on Charity's season.
Yeah, I didn't love the Mercedes aspect of it. I think that was kind of, but like, if he is, as long as he's all in now, that's all you could ask for. And I actually see big potential in it. If they continue to just like commit to each other, I see them going all the way to the end.
Same.
I could see them being engaged, one of the engaged couples.
Yep, I agree. I have a feeling about them.
All right, let's talk about sneak peek.
All right. We already talked about Kat and Brayden, but I'm most excited about the Tyler Norris and Rachel merging.
Because they're the one that they went on
New Jersey hometowns.
Yeah.
She didn't even meet his family.
Yeah.
She dumped him on the date.
How do you go from that though, and how can you rekindle that?
I don't know. That's why, like, what's the difference between Tyler and Avon? Because Avon stayed longer, but I think I think the difference is Rachel and Avon like played out their relationship, and her in like the real world, and Tyler and her didn't. Okay. Same with Jordan V, who is going to come, and we see her and Jordan V. So I don't think anything's going to happen to Tyler and Rachel. But I'm just excited for the drama.
Do you think anything will happen with her with any of her old cast
Jordan
guys?
V.
Okay.
I'm holding out for them to be engaged, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I wanted to see something. I'm just so excited. I was like, really, people are really bummed about the cast as a whole this season. I'm kind of getting feedback on social media, and just like Rachel's the only one that I like went into like really excited about and invested in. I just like want to see.
Yeah. I feel like most of the time the original cast that's there from the beginning, there's a lot more like high caliber. I know that's terrible to say.
That's kind of hard to say. And so that's why I'm also excited for something.
Blake and Rachel not talk.
I don't understand it.
I want them to make out. I want to see them make out just once.
I know, same.
So
yep. So I mean, it's a slow burn so far in Bachelor in Paradise, but I, for one, absolutely loved the Hannah Brown guest.
It makes me excited for the future Bachelorettes coming in to see it create more drama than what this did because it was so early.
Same.
Yep. Till next week.
We will be recapping the Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise all season long with new episodes on Monday.
Available wherever you listen to podcasts, as well as a video version on YouTube.
Be sure to rate and review on Apple Podcasts as well as on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our new episodes.
Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Stop Wearing My Clothes Pod,
where we post reality TV, pop culture, and Bachelor news.
See you next week.